Ever heard of Claudette Colbert? She wasn't just a pretty face of the silver screen. She was a powerhouse who redefined what it meant to be a leading lady in both comedy and drama. From screwball spark to regal elegance, her legacy still lights up classic Hollywood. If you love timeless legends and unforgettable performances, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey through Hollywood's golden age.
Now look here, young man. You needn't concern yourself about me. I can take care of myself.
You're doing a pretty sloppy job of it. Here's your ticket.
My ticket?
I found it on the seat.
Thank you. It must have fallen out of my purse.
Born Emily Lilly, Claudette Chauchouin on September 13, 1903, in Saint-Mandé, France, to Jean Lot, of Channel Islands descent, and Georges Chauchouin, a pastry chain and ink factory businessman. She was raised in a middle-class immigrant household and eventually trained as a fashion designer before turning to acting, initially to pay for art school. Her name Lily was a family nickname after actress Lily Langtry, though officially christened Emily. She adopted Claudette Colbert as her stage name, Claudette from her father's middle name, and Colbert from her paternal grandmother's maiden name. The family emigrated to New York in 1906. Colbert grew up bilingual in a Manhattan walk-up, attending Washington Irving High School and later the Art Students League to pursue fashion and art. Her European elegance and American wit would later become her trademark both on and off screen. At 17, she debuted on stage in Provincetown in plays like The Widow's Veil and Aria da Capo. She performed in Broadway productions, including The Wild Westcotts, 1923, and the comedic hit A Kiss in a Taxi, 1925, earning attention for her beauty and stage charisma. Her first silent film, For the Love of Mike, 1927, had limited success, but by the late 1920s she pivoted to talkies. Once declared after her first film, "I shall never make another film," and kept her word, moving on to Broadway and talkies instead. A standout was The Barker, 1927, which moved to London and featured her alongside Leslie Howard. 1934 was her breakthrough year. She starred in Cleopatra and Imitation of Life, but shone brightest in Frank Capra's It Happened One Night, earning the Best Actress Oscar and becoming part of cinema history when the film swept the Big Five Academy Awards.
You mind if I try?
You? Don't make me laugh.
Oh, you're such a smart Alex. Nobody knows anything but you. I'll stop a car and I won't use my thumb.
What are you going to do?
The system on my own.
It Happened One Night, 1934. Colbert stars as Ellie Andrews, a privileged heiress on the run whose journey from spoiled socialite to charming, self-aware woman is the heart of this landmark rom-com. Critics at the time applauded her as engaging and lively. Colbert resisted the famous hitch scene but eventually agreed, and even had her own leg filmed. Despite initially dismissing the film as a terrible idea, audiences embraced it, and so did the Academy, awarding her Best Actress. Believed she would lose the Academy Award in 1935, chose not to attend. Was summoned via telegram at a train station after her win. Today, with an IMDb rating of 8.1, it's hailed as the ultimate blueprint for romantic comedies. Imitation of Life, 1934. Role, B. Pullman. As a hard-working single mother who builds a pancake empire with the help of a black business partner, Colbert plays B with strength, empathy, and nuance. The film delves into themes of race, motherhood, and ambition with surprising sensitivity for its time. The film was a critical and commercial success. Variety praised Colbert's gentle and believable portrayal, calling her performance the emotional backbone of the story. It received 3 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture.
Greetings to Caesar from Egypt.
Very amusing joke.
Cleopatra, 1934. Role: Queen Cleopatra. In this lavish Cecil B. DeMille production, Colbert plays the legendary Queen of Egypt with a blend of seduction, wit, and cold political savvy. Her Cleopatra is graceful and intelligent, a ruler who uses charm as much as strategy to sway Caesar and Mark Antony. Critics in 1934 praised Colbert's poised performance. The New York Times called her a regal figure with an ironic glint, noting she brought continental sophistication rather than melodrama to the role. The film was a box office hit and an Oscar nominee for Best Picture. Private Worlds, 1935. Role: Dr. Jane Everest Colbert plays a pioneering psychiatrist in a male-dominated hospital. Jane is intelligent, emotionally grounded, and passionate about treating mental illness with dignity. It's a rare female-led professional role in 1930s cinema. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. Critics admired her subtle control and inner strength, and the Los Angeles Times highlighted her refreshing realism in a medical role rarely granted to women on screen. Bluebeard's Eighth Wife, 1938. Role: Nicole de Loisel. Colbert plays Nicole, a witty and independent French woman who marries a wealthy American, played by Gary Cooper, only to discover she's his eighth wife. Refusing to be discarded like the others, she plots to turn the tables on him. Her performance mixes elegance with sharp comedic timing. While the film, directed by Ernst Lubitsch, received mixed reviews overall, Colbert's performance was widely praised. Critics admired her charm and her ability to handle sophisticated comedy. The New York Times called her graceful and clever, though noted the script didn't quite live up to Lubitsch's usual sparkle.
From the moment you looked at me, I had an idea you had an idea.
Midnight, 1939. Role: Eve Peabody. Stranded in Paris with no money, Eve masquerades as nobility to infiltrate high society. Colbert plays her with sparkle and a perfect blend of mischief and glamour as she navigates a web of lies, love, and social ambition. Frank Nugent of the New York Times called it a comedy gem and lauded Colbert's performance as sparkling and agile. Though not an Oscar nominee, the film has grown in status and is now considered one of her best comedic showcases.
You'll always be a sister to me, huh?
I know it sounds stupid, but I'm a rotten wife. I can't sew, I can't cook.
You certainly can't.
But just because I'm a useless wife doesn't mean I couldn't be very valuable to you as a sister, but very valuable.
The Palm Beach Story, 1942. Role: Jerry Jeffers. Jerry is a savvy and fast-talking woman who tries to leave her broke husband in search of a millionaire to fund his invention. Colbert's comic timing and facial expressiveness make her a perfect fit for Preston Sturges' rapid-fire dialogue and absurd situations. Bosley Crowther of the New York Times said she exhibited dazzling comic instincts and described the film as one of the gayest, wildest romps. The film was later regarded as one of the finest screwball comedies of the 1940s.
Oh, Tim. You've been gone only an hour and already the house is empty without you.
Since You Went Away, 1944. Role: Anne Hilton. As a wartime mother keeping her family together during her husband's deployment, Colbert gives a restrained and heartfelt performance. She carries the emotional weight of the film with quiet strength and dignity. Nominated for Best Picture, the film received 6 Oscar nods, and Colbert earned another Best Actress nomination. Time magazine called her portrayal one of her finest, noting her ability to reflect both vulnerability and determination without sentimentality. Beyond the screen, there were details that made Claudette Colbert truly one of a kind. Following her Oscar win, she became Paramount's highest-paid actress, earning up to $150,000 per film, ranking high in box office polls. She transitioned to freelance to maintain creative control and insisted on filming from her left side to hide a small nasal bump, leading crews to redesign sets as needed. Had a public feud with co-star Paulette Goddard on So Proudly We Hail, 1943. Though described by some peers as difficult, others like Fred MacMurray and Clark Gable respected her professionalism. Colbert was known for being fiercely self-managed, negotiating her own contracts and often getting top billing, even over male stars. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Claudette Colbert's life and legacy, consider hitting the Super Thanks button to support the channel. Your help means we can keep bringing you the golden stories of Hollywood's brightest stars. Despite her glamorous image, she was an introvert and preferred quiet evenings to Hollywood parties. She had one brother, Charles, who frequently acted as her agent. Colbert married actor and director Norman Foster in 1928. Though they separated early, they never divorced for many years. It's widely believed this was a studio-arranged marriage, aimed at covering up rumors about Foster's sexuality and protecting Colbert's public image during the conservative studio era. They shared homes in Holmby Hills and California. They eventually divorced in 1935. Second marriage with Dr. Joel Pressman. Her marriage to Dr. Joel Pressman, a prominent UCLA surgeon, lasted until his death in 1968. It was a quiet, stable relationship, and she was known to be very devoted to him. The couple had no children. Colbert was known to fiercely guard her privacy, even by Hollywood standards. After her death, several biographies speculated about a long-term romantic relationship with a woman, particularly with her close friend and secretary Verna Hull. Some claimed the two lived together in Barbados after Pressman's death. Rumored sapphic relationship with Marlene Dietrich sparked by a famous amusement park photo. However, Colbert never publicly identified as gay or bisexual, and her close friends either denied or remained discreet on the matter. There is no definitive proof, but Hollywood biographers list her among a number of Golden Age stars who may have had hidden same-sex relationships due to the era's cultural and professional constraints. She never learned to drive, relying on chauffeurs throughout her life. Shifted focus to stage and television in the 1950s. Broadway credits include Island Fling, 1951, Janus, 1956, and The Marriage Go-Round, 1958, Tony Norm. Awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1960. Earned lifetime recognition, Sarah Siddons Award, 1980, Drama Desk Award, 1985, Golden Globe, 1988, Kennedy Center Honor, 1989. Final role, TV miniseries The Two Mrs. Grenvilles, 1987, winning a Golden Globe and Emmy nomination. Divided her time between Barbados and Manhattan later in life. Suffered strokes in 1993 and passed away in Barbados on July 30, 1996, aged 92. Her estate largely went to her friend and caregiver, Helen O'Hagan. Claudette Colbert wasn't just a star, she was a trailblazer. With wit, grace, and undeniable talent, she carved out a legacy that still sparkles in Hollywood history. From screwball comedies to powerful dramas, her performances remain timeless treasures.
I'll keep the past alive, like a warm room for you to come back to. I promise. I promise.
If you enjoyed this tribute, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss a journey into classic cinema's brightest stars.